What's up, guys? I'm Dwayne,
I'm Alicia.
and this is Blackboard Gaming, where we teach you about all these great board games that are out there waiting to be played by you and yours.
I'm a simple man, don't wanna complicate ya, complicate ya.
So, a couple videos ago, I was talking about games that I find myself wanting to play in the fall. And so, right after that video, a game that I had pre-ordered arrived. And I realized like this game would have fit right into that thing.
This game is Calico.
Yeah, in Calico, we're making quilts. And I mean, with the days getting shorter and colder, what's better than snuggling up in a good quilt?
Not much.
So, Calico is a game designed by Kevin Russ and is published by AEG and Flatoutgames. Let's go to the table for a quick overview of how this game is played. Calico is a tile drafting, tile laying game for 1 to 4 players where the players are making quilts to attract cats that want to snuggle up with their quilt. Each player is going to get one of these player boards, and then they're going to randomly draw 2 tiles from this really nice bag. So let's say I draw these 2, okay? And that's my starting hand. And then after every player has gotten their tiles, we're going to randomly draw 3 tiles from the bag and place them in the middle of the table where all the players can draft their next tile from. So on a player's turn, you're going to take one of your tiles that you have. So let's say I just choose this one, and I get to place it anywhere on the board. So I can place it here. And then I will draft one of these tiles. So let's say I go from this one, put that with me, and then I would draw a new tile to replace that one from the back. And that's all you do on your turn. Sounds simple enough, doesn't it? Well, the object of the game is to get the most victory points. And there are 3 ways to get the most victory points. So let's take a closer look at the board. There are 3 scoring opportunities placed on your board at the beginning of the game. There are other ones in the box, but they recommend for your first game to start with these 3. Now, so this one, there are 6 different colors in the game, tiles rather, and 6 different tile patterns in the game. So for this one, if you manage to get 6 different colored tiles or 6 different tile patterns around this tile, you will score 10 points. If you manage to do both of them, you will score the number in the yellow, which is 15 points. Over here, if you manage to get 3 pairs of different colored tiles or 3 pair of different tile patterns around this one, you will get 7 points. If you manage to do both, you get 11 points. Over here, if you get a set of 3 of one color tile and a set of 3 of another color tile, same with the pattern, you will get 7 points. And if you manage to get both of them, that's 13 points. So that's one way you can score points in this game. Another way to score points is by gaining these buttons and place them on my player board. As I said, there are 6 different colors in the game. And if you manage to get 3 tiles of one color together in a group, doesn't matter the orientation, as long as they're in a group, then you would gain one of these buttons and place them on one of those tiles. And those buttons will score you 3 points at the end of the game. So for example, if I was to get 3 purple colored tiles together in a group, I would gain this button. Yellow, I would gain that button. And if I managed to get one of each button on my player board, then I would get this special rainbow button. And that would score me 3 points also. The third way to get points is pretty much the main thing you want to do in the game. And that's attract cats to your quilt or your player board. So here you have Millie, Tidbit, and Coconut. Aren't they cute? So there are other cats in the game, but they recommend for your first game to start with these 3 cats. So Millie here is attracted to your quilt for these patterns. These patterns are randomly set up at the beginning of the game. Tidbit likes these patterns. Coconut likes these patterns. So for Millie, if you get 3 with that, 3 of this pattern together in a group, then you would take one of these cat tokens and place it on your board. And Millie, that every cat token would score you 3 points. Same with Tidbit, but you have to get 4 of these 2 patterns in a grouping, and Tidbit would score 5 points. Coconut, these 2 patterns, if you get 5 of these in a grouping, you would get one of these tokens, and Coconut would score you 7 points. So those are the 3 ways to score points in this game. The game ends when all players have placed their last tile onto their board. So let's say this is my board at the end of the game. I think I did okay. You would count up all your points, see if you achieved those scoring opportunity tiles, score your buttons, and score the cats. And whoever has the highest score is the winner of Calico. So I'm going to get straight to the point. I really like this game. It is very puzzly. It will make you think about where you're going to place your tile. But I need to find out. I let my wife speak for herself. How did you like the game?
My first playthrough, I found it very frustrating. But once I understood how to play it, I like it. It's
all right. So, okay. My wife likes to play games to relax.
Yes.
I like to play games because I like solving a puzzle, and I mean, that's what I look for in the game. So when I, came home, I wanted to play a game with my wife, and she needed to relax because she was working on this thing on her laptop. And so when we played it, it frustrated her. Because she was like, oh, we're going to play a cute game about making quilts. Like, no. And so the first playthrough was not enjoyable. But since then, we played it 4 times. And what's funny is, the next day I went to work, came home. She's sitting there playing the game. Like, what are you doing? And she's like, I wanted to revisit this. And I'm like, no, you cheating. You trying to make like that's not how it's supposed to, she won. Let me put it that way. She won, which,
I wasn't cheated. I needed to really understand the gameplay and how it worked. And so I played it in solo mode while he was at work, and I saw the beauty of the game.
Yeah. You saw the win. I saw the L. That's what that was. But anyway, okay. So let's get right to it. So, start theme.
I think the theme is cute. You're not really immersed in the theme, but the concept is cute.
Yeah, I mean, it's an abstract game.
Yes.
I mean, it could have been something else.
Exactly.
But what I do appreciate about it is in the back of the rule book,
yes,
they put a story for all the cats. Every cat has a backstory, and I think that makes this game more of a work of art because it shows their passion that they really put into making this game. If you love cats, you're gonna love this game.
I agree.
Yeah, so
I agree.
All right, components.
Well, there are not a lot of components. There's the recessed board, and there are the tiles. The tiles are nice and sturdy, though. So
yeah, they are thick cardboard.
Yes.
Thick cardboard. I like the way the buttons look. They're really colorful.
Well, I actually like the way the cats are all snuggled up. I like those.
Yeah, everybody, some cats are woke, some cats are sleep.
Yes.
Yes. So that's pretty cool.
Yes.
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 But now let's get to art. I mean,
I think that's the I love the art in this game. The colors are vivid
Yeah.
and bright, and I love that. The buttons are really pretty. Um, the patterns for the quilt pieces are very colorful, and they're interesting. And um, and the cats. You know what's not to like about snuggly cats?
I love the box art.
The
The
box.
box art
Yes,
is gorgeous.
it is.
I mean, it makes you want a cat. And it makes you want to play this game. Like, and
Yeah.
I love games where they have box art that just draws you in.
Yes,
You
the
know,
box art is cool.
you know. Yeah, Bel Sobel, who's the illustrator of the game, did an excellent job with this game. It is a beautiful game. So, what do you think about the mechanics?
Well, there are not a lot of mechanics. Tile drafting and tile laying. That's all you're doing.
Hey, okay.
But but
Everything else is up here.
yes,
Uh,
yes. You really have to think. You really have to think. One of the things I really like about this game though is there's more than there's more than one way to get points. So if you're trying to do one thing and the tiles aren't coming out the way you want, there are other ways that you can go.
You're able to change gears.
You're able to switch gears. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So, what do you think about the teach?
I actually think that I wouldn't play it with. Well, I think you could play this with any age group. I think with younger kids, you could just vary some elements to
Right.
make it accessible to them.
So you know there's a family variant in
Exactly.
the game. Yeah, there's a family variant where the scoring tiles, you just flip them over and they're just obstacles. So, that way you only concentrating on getting cats and getting
Buttons.
getting buttons.
Yes,
Yeah.
I think that this game is easy to teach, easy to learn, not necessarily to master, but easy to teach and easy to learn.
Yeah, so overall,
It's a fun game. Once I learned how to play it and understood how to get points, it did become more relaxing.
yeah, that game is so good. I mean, like I said, I love puzzly games, and this game is deceptively puzzly. You know,
It is puzzly, but what I like about it is because there are enough restrictions. You can put the tiles anywhere, and therefore you're not stuck. Again, if
Yeah.
one thing doesn't work out the way you want, you can shift gears and still figure out how to make points.
right? You putting your tiles anywhere, but when you get close to that end of the game,
It
it
becomes
gets crucial.
Yeah, it gets more challenging. It does.
So that's Calico. And I think Calico is like probably a top game. I know you guys think I like all games. No, there's some games that I'm not a big fan of, and you're gonna find that out in a future upcoming video. But Calico is gonna be one of our favorites of the year. So if you like the content of this video, feel free to subscribe. Hit the like button. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. And like I said, this has been Blackboard Gaming. I'm Dwayne,
I'm Alicia.
and we will see you next time.